On a certain morning about the feast of the exaltation of the cross, while Francis was praying on the mountain-side, he saw a seraph with 6 fiery and shining wings descend from the height of heaven. And when in swift flight the seraph had reached a spot in the air near the man of God, there appeared between the wings the figure of a man crucified, with his hands and feet extended in the form of a cross, and fastened to a cross. 2 of the wings were lifted above his head, 2 were extended for flight, and 2 covered his whole body. The face was beautiful beyond all earthly beauty, and it smiled gently upon Francis. When the blessed servant of God saw these things, he was filled with wonder, but he did not know what the vision meant. He rejoiced greatly in the benign and gracious expression with which he saw himself regarded by the seraph, whose beauty was indescribable. Yet he was alarmed by the fact that the seraph was affixed to the cross and was suffering terribly. Thus Francis rose, one might say, sad and happy, joy and grief alternating in him. He wondered anxiously what this vision could mean, and his soul was uneasy as it searched for understanding. And as his understanding sought in vain for an explanation, and his heart was filled with perplexity at the great novelty of this vision, the marks of nails began to appear in his hands and feet, just as he had seen them slightly earlier in the crucified man above him. His wrists and feet seemed to be pierced by nails, with the heads of the nails appearing on his wrists and on the upper sides of his feet, the points appearing on the other side. The marks were round on the palm of each hand, but elongated on the other side, and small pieces of flesh jutting out from the rest took on the appearance of the nail ends, bent and driven back. In the same way, the marks of nails were impressed on his feet and projected beyond the rest of the flesh. Moreover, his right side had a large wound, as if it had been pierced with a spear, and it often bled so that his tunic and trousers were soaked with his sacred blood. Because of this new and astounding miracle, unheard of in times past, Francis came down from the mountain a new man, adorned with the sacred Stigmata, bearing in his body the image of the crucified, not made by a craftsman in wood or stone, but fashioned in his members by the hand of the living God.